Flame flickers, then splutters. With all that he had known in his few years, Geoff Leary knew that this was his now. He was tall and wiry, and sat with his long legs drawn towards his chest, his chin on his knees, hands clasped together over his shins. Geoff stared long and hard at the room's only illumination, a single flickering flame from a large red candle. The candle had already worn halfway down. He'd been looking at it for hours. Society considered him unconventional for his thoughts, demeanours and dress sense. And perhaps he was, by their mediocre standards, he mused. Yet, to the last, he had known himself. Perception mattered not, nor did the extraneous influences brought to bear by others. He was himself, centred and aware. Having finally learned. It had taken a lifetime and more, yet the experience of life and the company of those he'd known had taught him all he'd needed to be here, now. And the candlelight flickered. There was a draft in the apartment, obviously, yet it wasn't important. The past that had led to this now. The past and his fiancée. And his best friend. The past. Redundancy and a job he thought would provide towards his future. His past and experience. Everything had led to this is now. Miller picked up the blade. Sharp. Deadly. He held the handle tightly, feeling the knife's weight. It wasn't heavy, considering the power it held. Geoff stared at the flame, with a certain knowledge that, with its end, he would seek his own. Then, his heart beat fast as he heard footfall on the stairs outside his rooms. He was alone. There was no one expected. A knock. There was a knock on the door. Abrupt noise in the silence dominating his small black room, lit by a candle. Geoff? Are you in? A voice. A woman's voice. But who? Thought. He had to think. Remember. Recall. The sound of her. Her name? Anna. Anna Lucette. Anna Lucette Garcia. That was it. He lifted his gaze away from the flame and called into the darkness. Anna? Is that you? Yes. It didn't work, she told him. I came back, if you'll have me. Geoff smiled. He'd longed to hear those words for so long. The flame spluttered, then died. And in the darkness, as the blade fell to the floor, slick with his blood, Geoff Leary's life ended. A final gasp of air sighing her name. Anna. The end.